Brand new week. It's the 10th week. We've made it to 10 weeks. It's cool. We made it 10 weeks in a pandemic. That's cool. So, yeah, started 10 weeks. It's pretty neat. I really like this stanza. This is a stanza that really kind of connects for me, and it's subtle. And there's a fine line between the proper approach and any kind of absolute. There's no absolute here, but the fundamental essence of this stanza I think is really important, and I'll explain in a minute. So the 46th stanza is the art of peace, and it states that instructors can impart only a fraction of the teaching. It is through your own devoted practice that the mysteries of the art of peace are brought to life. And so what this really speaks to is the kind of the need to understand that your intellect, what you can learn, what you can imagine, what you can think about, what you can articulate, is but a fraction of what actually develops when you become adept at really being with what's going on in the moment in the body. It's a huge shift, and the shift takes place not just in the kind of the awareness of being able to do that, but in the understanding that the ultimate teacher, the only way you really get good at this stuff is to begin to understand and access the moment at more moments. And in many ways, the teacher is only kind of there to kind of show you a broader awareness than maybe you had before, but the teacher can't get you into the moment. The teacher can only frame the moment for you. It's kind of like me, right? My role in your life is I'm an awareness framer. I put awareness in a frame that you can recognize, and then my hope is that you take that framework and begin to experience the moment in the present moment for yourself, because no one else can do it but you. So every time we train, what I'm hopeful for is that you see that you can do any of these steps. You can at any time bring your attention into your senses. At any time you can build the alignment of your body. At any time you can come into the practice of your breathing. And you can even move into the larger spiritual realms, the bigger realms, the bigger than self realms when you open your heart for fourth bell. I can't do any of that for you. And in the moment, having me and thinking about me as what does Ben say to do here, and not immediately going into the body or immediately going into the present moment, turns anything into an analysis. And the problem with an analysis is you can get stuck in an analysis even when the education or the knowledge is in the body. It's always that way. The moment holds the truth, and the truth will set you free. Like that's legitimate. The moment holds the truth, and the truth will set you free. And so what that means is that you come into the moment and you look under analysis. When you look under analysis of the moment, you find that there's the body experience. The body experience holds the practice. So what you end up working with is what is actually happening, not with what you can imagine. What you can imagine is driven by what you can imagine. What's going on in your body is what's being driven by the moment. And you need to be interacting with the moment, not the analysis. The analysis can come later. The analysis can come as part of a follow-up. The analysis can come as part of preparation for change and for evolution, or in preparation for change. But if you want to evolve in greater competency inside yourself and with the challenges that life throws at you, you have to understand that getting into the moment, getting beyond what your teacher is telling you, what your teacher has articulated for you, and into the experience of what's actually happening, then you'll start to be like, oh, I'm in charge here. I don't need someone to tell me what to do here. I need to just keep blending. And as you keep blending with the moment, and this is the final statement, the mysteries of the art of peace come to life. And that's what's so neat about it. The first time you experience a powerful internal environment and you learn how to roll with it. The first time you experience consciously the waves of your internal environment and actually ride them as opposed to trying to stop them or explain them, the first time that happens will be transformational. It just will be. It's what it, every single time that it happens, you become more confident that you can do it. And that the real power isn't in some kind of new teaching you can learn or some kind of new practice that you can learn, but in your steady training with the different waves that show up. Some waves are going to be big, some waves are going to be small, some waves will be double, some waves will have weird angles to them, some waves will just come out and out of nowhere. And as you practice learning how to ride those waves, you'll see that the real skill's within you. The hero lies in you. All right, let's do the training. So, square yourself away, cue comfort. What makes you feel the most comfortable before we get started? Pretty tired. I slept fine, slept really well, but I'm waiting for my coffee. So I will close my eyes right away. It just feels nice to have the eyes closed. So let's go into first bell. So first bell takes us into the sensorial environment, sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. If you did like I did and closed your eyes right away, you can notice light and shadow behind your eyes. Then identify your sound perimeter. So what's the furthest sounds out you can hear? Where are they? How many sounds can you distinguish on your inside your sound perimeter? Let's go to touch. What do you feel? See if you can find temperature differences. Like my left hand is palm down on my left knee, and I can feel how that's warmer. That spot is warmer than my forearms. Smell and taste. Don't forget to notice the absence of smell. Don't forget to notice the absence of taste, the ground, the zero. It is something to notice. Feel the ground right beneath you, right under you. What is right under your feet, right under your rear? What's your ground? That's what everything gets built off of. It's like all sounds come out of silence, all movement, all alignment, all body comes from ground. Without ground, the body has nothing to leverage against. Can't build anything without ground. Ground is the essence. So, what's right beneath you, study that, and then move up into the base of the spine at the tailbone, sit bone region. tailbone, sit bone region. Don't think backwards. Don't think just the back of the tailbone, sit bone. So you got tailbone, sit bone, pubic bone. So the tailbone, sit bone complex. That whole region. See if you can put your attention on it. See it as front, back, bottom, sides. Move up, core. Core has a bottom, a top, a front, a back, sides. Notice. Any holding, release holding. Heart space, just move those shoulder blades right away. Feel the movement of the shoulder blades influence the movement of the heart space, chest space, collarbone space. Throat space. Don't forget jaw, front of the throat, back of the throat, sides of the throat, insides of the throat. Can you feel air moving in throat? Face and head, face and head. Get taller by a millimeter, feel everything kind of up, energetically up, and soften all soft tissue down, starting with the face. Let the eyebrows go. Soften behind the eyes, soften the cheeks, soften the face. Alert, upright, and relaxed. Check your baseline breath. Max out. Let's go 3 max breath. Side breath, sides breath. So feel the sides expanding. Return to baseline. Front, back expand. Return to baseline. Up and down expand. Return to baseline. Notice baseline after you've expanded your breathing in all directions. See if there's any spatial awareness, any difference in the space of your internal environment. Now let's sit for a minute. If your attention wanders, bring it back to the breath. The key is the act of attending to your attention. It doesn't matter what your attention fixates on. What matters is that you're directing it. So in time, your attention will become more and more under your direction. It's a monkey mind, which is that can just bounce all over. It helps having me help you attend to your attention, but ultimately it's attending to attention. Oh, attention's gone away, come back to this. Oh, attention's gone away, come back to the breath. And so you just keep bringing it back. And what that fortifies is the act of attending. The attention's already amazing. It's all your ability to attend to the moment is only limited by your own understandings of what that means. So the earliest stage is just recognizing that you can attend to your attention and then bringing it back onto something that you can kind of not control per se, but you can count on. You can always count on your breath to be there. So you can always count on your breath to be a place that you can put your attention. And as you're learning how to attend to your attention, putting it back, putting it back, putting it back is strengthening your ability to attend to the attention. The attention's already amazing, so don't worry about that. Just worry about the attending to. So let's attend to your breath for the next minute. Fourth bell. What are you grateful for? Now, is there any room in your heart to share your goodwill with those that are suffering? What that means is recognizing that beyond yourself exists deep, deep, deep suffering. You know what suffering is in your own experience. You know how tough it is, how hard it is to be inside a moment of turmoil. And because you can connect to that, you can shift and turn your gratitude into compassion, which is to take your goodwill and put it out there for those that are really, really hurting. To finish the practice, go full max out breath for 2 times, and your second exhale finishes the training. So let me just go over the stanza one more time and reiterate today's main point. Instructors can only impact a fraction of the teaching, or can only impart a fraction of the teaching. It is through your own devoted practice that the mysteries of the art of peace are brought to life. You can read, you can watch these episodes as much as you like, but until you attend to your attention when the waves are crashing, all this will be intellectual. And the practice, which is relaxing and enjoyable, will not bear fruit. The relaxation is great, but the real value is the capacity to attend to your attention during crisis, during turmoil, during challenge, during good times too. Because I notice with my daughters that if I attend to my attention instead of being like, oh, when they're gonna be freaking to bed already, so I can go do what I want. When I attend to them and I put my hand on their head and I'll let it linger there. Or I was smelling the Allegra yesterday, just kind of like, oh man, just really taking them in, The heart just goes whoosh. But yesterday too, I found some of my parents' old stuff from when I was a kid, and I've been going through it, throwing away stuff, keeping stuff. And then nostalgia. It's just like I can feel my heart just breaking open when I think about all the work my mom did on supporting me and helping me. Gosh, like I feel it right now. It's like my heart's just ripping open thinking about my mom and being back in those times when I was, just the son of my parents and they were in charge and I could just chill, and the love my mom always brought to me. God, just feel it, right? I feel it everywhere. That's another experience, right? That's you attend to that, so you can open your heart further there. Let the feelings out. Let them out, right? The analysis of that is, it's just don't be a wimp, be a man. Don't have feelings. It's so stupid. God, you just let it out, right? So you just let that stuff. So good for you. So good for you. So I can tell you that shit exists, but only you can actually do it. So anyway, let's see who's in. If anyone, I can tell if anyone's in the room. Hey, maybe Megan? Hey, Megan. Hope this finds you well and somewhat sleep, or having slept a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to get my coffee. I will see you tomorrow.